Romans 12:2 simply says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So in order for your change to come, you have to change your way of thinking. Go through the fire. Do you think you can weather the storm? Do you think you can press through your trials? Are you ready for your change to come? Do you think you can pray when you're down and out? Do you think you can give when your funds are low? Do you think you can trust him to bring you out? Are you ready for your change to come? Are you ready? Tell me, are you ready?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Forrest Taji Martin, but everybody know me as Taji. You know, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, group home to group home, foster home to foster home. I've been homeless before. Growing up as a kid was very, how can I say it? I'm 21 years old, but you know, like growing up at a young age, I seen and did things that kids shouldn't be doing. My dad was so drunk all the time, he barely had time for us. My mom was sick like most of the time, so she like stayed in bed, but she tried her best to do like what she can.
Sometimes we think that as parents, what we do doesn't affect our children. How did your parents' relationship issues and substance abuse affect your life?
It affected my life in a traumatic, toxic bondage, because I felt that everything I had to do was fight, because like that's all I seen my parents do was fight. So I thought that fighting was the only thing that could resolve issues instead of just talking it out, you know what I'm saying, or seeing the other person's point of view instead of just up and throwing fists. I was raised on fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I see was fighting, because, you know, I got bullied so much that it came to the point where my dad just used to tell me, son, fight back. And then like ever since then, I took heed to that, but I took it in a wrong way because that's all that I was doing. And now that it led me into getting a spell from Creekside, almost getting arrested, being put in a hospital because I was doing the wrong things, acting like gangbanging. Well, if y'all didn't already peep this by now, I have a speech impediment. You know, I had this since I was like 7 or 8 years old. I don't know if it's like permanent or temporary because, you know, it's like on and off. But yeah, you know, that was one other reason why I was bullied. And the second reason why is because growing up, I didn't have the new J's, the new pair of shoes. I wore the same tight pants and the same busted up old Chuck Taylor's Converses for like the past like 3 years.
All right, my next question. So you said you have a speech impediment, and Moses also had a speech impediment, but he was...
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, he had a speech impediment, and he was always questioning himself, so how can I lead somebody else? And I can't talk. So then Moses prayed, and God gave him help. He gave him somebody to help speak for him. Do you think that because you had a speech impediment, it may have had you in situations that you should have been a leader, but you chose to back down because you didn't want your voice to be heard?
Most definitely, all the time. You know, back then, I was always the quiet one because I was afraid to speak, because I know that if I would have spoke, it would have came out as, you know, as a stuttering. So that kind of led me to have like a social anxiety from not like talking to people, because I know that if I do talk, they're gonna end up like finding out that I have a stuttering problem. And some people it's cool with that, but you know, you also got the people in the world that they just don't care. They're gonna do whatever they want, you know. But other than that, yeah.
Tell us about July 4th, 2021.
Well, I'ma just say it like this. The universe has a mysterious ways of working. Okay, so I was going to the store, getting some personal goods like for myself because I wanted to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't around family because I was just going through a lot at that time. We're all between like me and my brother as well. So I wanted to celebrate alone. So, you know, I had used my roommate's scooter who I was staying with at the time to go get my personal goods. So I had got what I needed. That's when I seen the car at the gas station. It was a Nissan, all black. I seen it at the gas station, but I didn't pay no mind because I'm just doing me, you know. So like boom, I had got what I needed, and like as I was turning down my street, they had pulled off too. So like then I'm riding slow, but like as I'm riding slow, they had stopped. But you know, I had stopped too. Okay, the car had stopped. That's when like I had stopped. So as I'm riding the scooter like slow, they had kept going. But this time they had stopped in front of me. So like then I seen 3 people and you know, I'm from the hood, so like I could tell that something bad was about to happen because the look on their faces, I could tell. So like then this person in the back seat had asked me, "Are you hard body?" At the time, I didn't know like what was hard body was, but I'm guessing it was some type of gang that they was like beefing with at that time. So like then I had said, "Oh, what you mean?" Then like he had asked me again, but this time his tone changed. "Are you hard body?" And my ego self had said, "Yeah." And the minute I could blink, like shots were fired. The first one had landed in my hip because I remember because it felt like a dream. So like I had like instantly fell like on my back, but then he kept like shooting me in my leg. Then you know I had tried to turn over, but then he had shot in my back, in my spine to be exact, in my behind as well, and some other places that I cannot find the bullet wounds at, but yeah. Alright, so I remember I was crawling into the grass, trying to lift myself up because I know if I would just kept on like laying down, I would have ended up like passing out and dying. So I had to crawl myself into the grass, and I remember I had to grab on these rails because it was like hard for me to breathe. So like then I seen a person coming out of these like apartments. I was like, "Hey sir, I've been shot. I need help. This man like kept on like walking. I said, "Yo, it's crazy how people could not be like self-like conscious." So then I had tried to call the police on my own, but the lady, all she kept on saying was, "Sir, I know that you was shot, but I cannot come to you if I don't have the name of the apartments." I was like, "Ma'am, I've been shot like, I don't know like how many times yet, but I don't know the name of these apartments. I just need help. I just need help." So she kept on saying that. So eventually I got mad and I hung up the phone. So like then as I'm seeing cars like coming by, I can't stand up because like my legs so as I'm seeing cars like come by, I'm waving my hand to get their attention and I'm pointing at my legs. So as I'm doing like all that, I still see cars like keep on moving. So like fast forward, the police had came, and I remember, I forgot his name, but I remember him like asking me, "Oh, what happened?" I told him what happened and such and such. That's when he had searched me. He had found some marijuana on me, but like by the grace of God, he didn't care too much about that. Thank God for that. But as time went by, you know, I remember bullets don't really hurt like that, but it's just the burning part. That's where like all the pain's at. Like I remember he was just saying, Forrest, man, like stay with me, the ambulance should be here shortly. You know what I'm saying? Stay with me. So like I remember the fire truck had came like first. That's when like they had dropped these like yellow light cones around me. That's when 10 minutes later the ambulance had came. And when the police had said, all right, Forrest, they finna put you on the stretcher now. It's about to be a little bit painful. So like then, well, once they had lifted me up, I didn't know, was it I was about to die or pass out or I don't know. So as I'm in the ambulance, it's like I was up, but I wasn't up. I just heard people talking about some, multiple gunshots to his wound, abdomen, all that. So like then I remember like getting to the hospital and like all I'm seeing was like lights, bright lights. And then I just like went to sleep. Then, you know, I had woke up. I didn't know what time it was, but I had like woke up. I seen my friend. I seen my manager there. I like also seen my auntie because my auntie was the first person who they had tried to call, but she didn't answer. So like they just called some people in my contacts. Yes, it felt like my life was over because it felt like my life had never started because, you know, when it happened, I just thought about all the bad things like that I'd done. So I was like, man, I cannot die because I know that I got a purpose. I just didn't know like what it was like at that time. Alright, the doctors thought that I wasn't going to live because I had lost so much blood. And then, you know, they was like, how is this kid still living when he's been through all of this? You know, it's crazy to say that, but this is the most best feeling that I ever been in my entire life, because now that I actually feel free, you know, I actually feel happy now because, you know, I look at life like different because a lot of things that I was doing, I don't do no more because I know that it's way more to life than just this. And like I'm learning more about myself than I ever knew because I'm growing mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, you know. And yeah, I have good days and bad days, but like, you know what I'm saying, like overall, I'd rather be here than be in a gravesite. Yes, because God has granted us two choices. He gave us a choice to do what we want to do, you know. So I feel as that, you know, I had to deal with every decision that I done because I'm not perfect. You know, I made good and bad decisions like daily. But I feel like every decision that I made was based upon me and my choices in life. Whether it's out of like emotion or grief or like anger, even like happiness, it's all upon me. Honestly, you should go from within. Don't take my advice because, you know what I'm saying, like my advice, it may not be like beneficial towards you, but you also could like take heed. But you know, I'ma just like tell you like this, bro. Do whatever like makes you happy, but do it in the right way instead of the wrong way. If I could have the voice that like I have now, I wouldn't be in this situation now. I would be in a far more better a predicament that I'm in now. But you know, I'm still making the best out of it. But I would just say, hey, if you got a voice, use it. God has granted us this voice so we could speak out. We are multi-dimensional beings, aka magnetic beings. So like what we say out of this mouth, it can transform into physical form. And like when it do, you will be amazed. So, you know, you have the power and the ability to use your voice as a weapon. God like gave you like this voice as a weapon for you. I'ma just keep it short and simple, okay? You are not your thoughts, okay? You are a magnetic spiritual being. Always know that, because under this avatar that we live in, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, you know? So it's my job to enlighten you. We are all connected to everything that surrounds us. The sun, the trees, not the clouds, even though the clouds is fake, it's chemtrails, but we are connected to everything, even birds. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is a sign. Everything is not no coincidence, because it's meant to happen, because this is what we are here for. We humans are here to inspire. The highest human act is to inspire. You know, and throughout this whole experience, I noticed that it's not about life meaning, it's about what can you give your life meaning to. So whatever you put your mind to, you can attract.
So you just heard a great story from Forrest Martin. I had Forrest Martin back in years ago. If you say he graduated 2019, this would have been 16, 17. And man, you see now, it is not the person he used to be. You know, I'm just, you know, excited that he was able to share his testimony. I hope that it blesses somebody. And I would say, you know, just a lot of us, we don't understand that some of the things we struggle with, other people struggle with too. When I was 21, I did not have the confidence that he has. Granted, I had not had a life or death situation either, but I always knew that I wanted to speak. I wanted to maybe even preach one day, but I didn't know enough scriptures. You know, I was always made to feel that you don't know enough if you can't quote, you know, all the texts in the Bible, then you really not a Christian. Or if I have impure thoughts, which I still do. You know, that's just how I am. I can't sit in front for anybody that I wouldn't be that. I also felt like because of the way I sound, the way my voice is that I didn't like the way I sound. So I kept my mouth closed, and like I said, it created social anxiety where I didn't want to be in large crowds. I didn't want people to say, oh, you know, you sound like you gargling, or you sound this or that, or, you know, so I kept it quiet. And you really never understand the power that's in your tongue. And I think the whole thing is that the devil wants you to be quiet. So whatever it is that's pushing you, that you're trying to hide and hold back, is probably the thing that the world needs. Just imagine how many people, you know, in a school or young people that won't listen to me, because I'm big, but I just don't look like, there's certain areas that I can't go into that he could go into or that you can go into. But if you keep your mouth closed because you're worried about what somebody else is going to say, then, you know, we won't be delivered. Just like I said, Moses had a speech impediment, so he called on his big brother Aaron. Aaron helped. Aaron went and did the talking for him. You know, Aaron probably said, I ain't like Moses. I don't know all them words, blah, blah, blah. But they got together. So it's very powerful when you can find somebody that you can connect with that can help you change the world. 2022 is upon us. Whether you're in it already or is about to strike midnight, my challenge for you in 2022 is to be who you are. Be unapologetically who you are. Don't hold back. Don't close your mouth. Say whatever is put on your heart to say. And I promise you, I can't promise you a car, a house, blah, blah, blah. But what I can promise you is that it's better out than it is in. So is there, what if somebody watching this right now wanted to bless you? How can they get a financial blessing over to you?
Through my cash out, it is money sign, capital FORREST capital M 777. Also, if you wanna bless me, you can also like get through him to get to me, and yeah.
So he said, cash out, that is FORREST,
Yes.
capital M
777.
777. That, of course, you can do it to us, to the church, BTR Global, not BTR, BTR Global. That'll get it to it. If you want to plug, he's plugged Slutty Vegan. So if you want to wait in them lines, I've never gone. Go get you some Slutty Vegan. So I hope y'all blessed. I hope y'all enjoy today. This is Pastor Coach McKissick, BTR, and I'm out.
Peace and God to the guys and goddesses.